Hey guys, so I'm back with another video. If you'd like to see how I got this St. Patrick's Day inspired look, definitely keep on watching. The first product I'm going to use is going to be my brand new Clinique Pep Start Hydro Blur Moisturizer. And I really love the texture of this. I've only used it a couple times. I think it's a new product, but it has a super weird texture. But from my understanding, it's supposed to blur any signs of like pores or imperfections on the skin. So it's more like a mattifying moisturizer. It's not for dry skin. I read some reviews on it before I purchased it, and I was kind of like intrigued by it. Some people said that they felt it made them too dry if they were already dry, but I'm really oily, so I thought, hey, let's give it a try. Plus, I've worn it a couple times and I don't feel like it makes me like dry. So after that, I am going to go ahead and use an eye cream, and I'm going to use the Pep Start Eye. So brows are always going to be my number one thing. I don't know why. I just feel like I have to do them first. So I have a spoolie that's actually just by e.l.f. and I'm going to brush through my brows. I think I'm going to show y'all one on camera and then go ahead and just fast forward, like go ahead and do the other one off camera, because it'll literally take me forever if I did both. And let's get real. Nobody's gonna watch a 50-minute video because I'm doing my eyebrows. Okay. Brows are like one of those things that you just like want to concentrate because you're like, you're just gonna brush through. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow and then I'll be right back. So, finish the brows. They look like a hot mess still because I like to kind of like carve them out, I guess. We are going to use a brush that was literally in like an Urban Decay eyeshadow palette because it's super flat, super easy to use for concealer. And I'm just going to carve them out. So the concealer that I'm using is actually the Obsessive Compulsive OCC Skin Conceal, and it's in the color Y0. And I just prefer this. I've concealed underneath the brow. I am going to bring it above the brow just to clean up right around there too. And then just whatever's left, run it right across the tail. So this is what it looks like afterwards compared to before. I just think it makes it look so much better whenever I do it like this. It kind of cleans up any mistakes. So we're going to do the other brow. And plus, like, if you have any like hairs that are not easily, like you're not able to tweeze them easily, but you don't want them to show, the concealer will cover it, or at least this one does. Like, it covers it really well. And so with any, like without any other product, I am just going to kind of go back and blend that down and like upward, just wherever. So it kind of softens it and creates less of a harsh line. So because we're going to do some crazy eyeshadow colors, I'm thinking that we're going to have to use something that's going to help it stay in place. So we're going to use the MAC Prep and Prime 24-Hour Extend Eye Base. And I'm just going to pat this on both eyelids and bring whatever is left right below the eyelid underneath the eye. And strictly just like directly underneath, because I do tend to put eyeshadow right there and I don't want it to move around. So for today's look, I am going to use the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette since we are going to do some sort of like a crazy color green eye look. And I'm going to start with the color Bump, which is just like a white, shade. And I'm going to pat that over the Extend Eye Base and bring it up to the brow bone. I'm going to go with my first shade in that palette. It's called Hatter. I'm going to tap off the excess and then start directly in the crease. I haven't added any additional product, and I've just kind of continued to blend back and forth with that same brush. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want it to be super soft. When working with a harsher color, I want the pigment, but I don't want it right away. So, you know, gotta blend, blend, blend. Tapping off the excess and bringing this time a little bit closer. Okay, so I'm going to put that brush to the side, and I'm going to go with my Sigma E30 pencil brush just to kind of get right in that crease and create a harsher line and then blend upward. So I am going to go with that same color Hatter and just tap off any of the excess, but this time focusing it right in that little crease area. So the reason I'm doing this is because I want that color to be there, but I want it to blend since we are going to create more of like a cut crease feel. Going back in with my MAC 217 and just blending that out. Just going back in and packing that color some more and blending out even further. Okay, so now with a clean blending brush, I am going to go back out and just kind of soften the outer corner. I'm going to use my E25 and just kind of blend this a little bit more so it's a less harsh. And you can already see the difference, like how it created more of like a cat eye effect. So for the lid today, I am going to use the shade Mean in the Full Spectrum palette. And then over top, I'm going to add the ColourPop Super Shock Pressed Pigment in Fizz. And I've already done a tutorial with, or an eye look with that color, but I think it'll just really brighten everything up. So I'm kind of creating the crease, the cut crease with the Urban Decay eyeshadow, and then just packing the color on once I get the shape that I want. These are actually very, very creamy eyeshadows. And then going back in with Hatter in the crease and just tapping off the excess. I'm going to use the pencil brush again to define the crease even more. Kind of flicking it out a little bit to give more of like a wing-like shape. And then using my clean E25 to blend out the outer corner. I'm going to take the Urban Decay Vice 4 palette. I'm just going to take the shade Grasshopper and make a V shape in the outer corner. And to do this, to start off, I am going to go ahead and use my E30, my pencil brush. Just going to tap off the excess and then darken up where I have like formed the wing to where there was nothing at all, like no color. I'm going with that E25. It's a clean blending brush and just going across like the outer corner. So I don't think I'm going to create a wing, but I am going to put some eyeliner on, and I'm just going to use my Lancome Grandiose liner. So I'm just going to take a black cream liner and I'm going to tightline my eye. So I'm just going to curl the lash and then apply mascara. And this is going to be the Sumptuous Extreme Lash Mascara, and it's by Estee Lauder. So I think for lashes today, I am going to use some Vegas Nay Grand Glamour lashes. And I'm just going to use my House of Lashes lash glue for them. I'm curious to see what these look like on the eye. I don't know how I feel about them. Like, I like the way they look, but I just feel like they're so like inner corner heavy that it's gonna irritate my eye because I feel like it's right there. I just don't know how I feel about that. Like, I feel like they look good, but I don't know. So now that I've played with the lash for like ever, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'll be right back. So now that I've finished both eyes, we are gonna move to the face. Oh my goodness, let's see, what will we do? So because I feel like being a little high maintenance, I'm gonna mix a couple of foundation shades. So I'm gonna take my MAC Pro Longwear NC20 because it's a little too dark for me. And I'm going to mix it with my literally favorite foundation, which is my my L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. So I am going to use my Artiste brush to blend it in. Okay, to put it on the face, I'm just going to use the Q-tip that I use to mix the colors together. So just going in with my Artiste brush, and it's the Oval 7. This brush is like amazing in the way that it applies makeup. It just looks so good. So once I've applied that, I am going to go ahead and go with concealer. So before I do concealer, I'm going to use my Visionaire Eye. And this is just a sample that I was given. So this is supposed to help blur any lines underneath the eye area. So we're just going to pat that directly under the eye. Product because Lancome also has a product called the 1 Minute Blur, and one of their artists decided to use the 1 Minute Blur underneath the eye area, and it actually like reduced the signs of lines under the eye, and that was like to help with like no more creasing underneath the eye area and all that business. So they came out with a product that actually does that itself, which would be the Visionaire Eye. So after that, we're going to apply the concealer once I pat that in a little bit more. And for today, I am going to use my Gel Serum Sephora Bright Future Concealer. And I'm just going to dot maybe like 3 dots. And also put a line right at the end of the eye. Okay. Literally just going a little crazy now. You know, people get like super crazy with it. I'm going to put a little bit down the center of the face, down the bridge of the nose, at the Cupid's bow, and then right there. So I look like a tribal person because I feel like that's what I look like. And then to blend this out, we are going to use an oldie but a goodie, and this is my Sigma F86. I literally used to love this to blend out concealer. It's a large brush, but it's super soft, and it just literally blends underneath the eye area so well. The cool thing about the Sephora Bright Future Concealer is it's super lightweight, but I feel like it gives a really like nice coverage, maybe like a moderate coverage when you apply a decent amount. It's not by any means like full coverage, but I like that it's not like super heavy on the face. And then I'm just gonna blend out underneath this eye. Okay, so after doing that, I am going to take literally... So at the moment, my favorite brush for contouring is by Real Techniques, and it's their Duo Fiber Contour Brush. And I use my Chanel Soleil de Hand Chanel and just kind of use that to bronze up the skin. I love the way this brush applies this product, and I just really think that it makes it look more natural when I use this brush. And then bringing it up towards the temples and at the jawline if I have any excess. And for highlight today, I finally got my hands on the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops. And I have this shade Celestial, which looks, this is the packaging. But the color itself is literally amazing. So I'm just going to put like 2 drops. I literally need like 1 drop, honestly, on the back of my hand. And I'm just gonna look at that color, or look at that glow, I guess I should say. So I'm gonna pat right here and just bring it up right at the tip of the brow. Oh my gosh, look at that. And same thing right here. Bring it right at the tip of the brow. And I'm just going to take that same brush and blend over it to soften it just a little bit. And to set my face, I am going to go ahead and use just a pressed powder. And this is my Lancome Dual Finish powder. And the large fluffy brush I'm going to be using is my Pro Flawless powder brush by Sephora. And I'm just going to dust this across the whole entire face, even over the highlight, because I am going to go ahead and bring another highlighter on top of it, just a powder highlight, to kind of enhance that glow. Even though, be honest, like it looks pretty glowy already, you know what I mean? So to set my under eyes, I am going to go ahead and just use my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette and use the shade Banana and just pat that right underneath the eye using the Sigma Tapered Highlighter brush. So going back in with that pencil brush that I was using earlier and not adding any additional product, I am going to just drag that directly under the eye because I do know that there was a lot of product on that pencil already. And I'm just going to go ahead and darken my waterline with my NARS eyeliner. So for blush today, I'm just going to go with my Rockateur blush by Benefit. And I'm going to use one of my favorite blush brushes, and this is the Pro Precision Blush. This is the Pro Precision Blush Brush by Sephora. And I'm just going to pat that right on the cheeks. And so that same brush I used for my under eye, the tapered highlighter brush, I am going to go in with Gilded Honey and just tap that right on top of that highlight that I already have on, just to kind of intensify it even more. I think I'm going to go with a nude lip today, and I'm going to use the MAC lip liner in Control. And then over that, I am going to use the lipstick Darling, and it's from the Mariah Carey collection with MAC. Okay guys, so I think that's going to complete today's leprechaun look, or St. Patrick's Day look, I guess. If you liked it, definitely give me a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!